going to equip Coach Chris here. If you have a band, go ahead and grab it. If you don't, absolutely fine. We're just going to work a couple of pass-throughs, but let's make sure we're actually putting some intent behind this. I know it's easy to just go through the motion. So let's get some good tension on that band. Straight arms, taking our time through that sticking point, which is typically about here, and going to that lumbar, that low back, and then back around. Not avoiding that sticking point, and all the way back around. Couple reps, nice and slow. Paying attention to that rib cage, staying down. And again, if you don't have a band, that's absolutely fine. We can just work our nice, strong, intentful arm circles. We're just trying to make sure we're getting some good range of motion. Waking up that rotator cuff, waking up that T-spine. All right, if you still have that band, go and toss it off to the side. Let's find our athletic stance. We're going to work that hinge, squat, double lunge just to wake up, and then we'll get into our movements. Nice strong hinge, driving those hips back, nice and tall, deep squat, and then our double lunge. Taking your time, back into that hinge, strong squat, double lunge. Going 5 reps total, strong through that belly. Again, making sure we have intent, just like we did with those pass-throughs. Never just going through the motion. One more if you're with me. Last hinge, last squat, last double lunge. Go and finish up those 5 reps. I'll give you a little time to catch up. All right. If you're here early, you heard me mention what you need today. We're going to be working all unilateral movements, so one side at a time. So we're going to be working one piece of equipment. My challenge for you today is to go heavy. We have strong movements today. Maybe try to slow things down, really work some strength, work some power through these movements, all right? Right now, you can just grab something moderate for the warm-up as we practice our movements. All right, so whatever you're working, a dumbbell, kettlebell, or weighted backpack, let's take it into that left hand. We're going to slide that left foot back just a little bit. You're light on that left foot, and now we're going to work our strong hinge. So we're working a staggered single arm row. Just give me 3 rows on that left side. Excellent. All right. Staying up nice and tall. I want you to go ahead and bring that weight to a rack position. So if you have that kettlebell, your thumb comes to your collarbone. Dumbbells can be out a little bit further. And now I want you to take that left foot all the way back into our split stance position. Give me 3 split squats, also looking like stationary lunges. Excellent. All right. Let's go and switch out those hands. All right. Go on that right side, sliding back that right foot, strong hinge. 3 rows, good intentful rows. And as you stand, you go and rack. All right, that right foot's going to come all the way back. 3 split squats. Of course, when we work through our movements today, it's going to be your tempo for about 40-45 seconds. But for the warm-up, we're just performing 3 reps. That's our first superset. That's what the movements look like. And hopefully you're following along, not just standing there. All right, let's go and switch back to that left hand. And go and bring it on up to a rack position. You have your nice strong athletic stance. I'm going to go side profile as we work our push press. That push press is a knee dip. You stay nice and vertical and you drive through that left hand. All right? So it's dip, punch, bring it back down, dip, punch, back down, dip, punch. Now let's switch over to that right side. Same thing, just going side profile so you can see chest stays proud, dip, punch, dip, punch, dip, punch. All right, we're going to go right into our swing. You can do about 3 to 5 reps. If you're working that dumbbell, make sure you hold that dumbbell long ways, or if you have a set of dumbbells, you can work a skier swing. All right, so you're starting from the top, good tension on that kettlebell or dumbbell, drive it back, get it high, that upper inner thigh, using those hips to drive that weight forward. And relax. That's our second superset today. All right, if that weight was bouncing in your hand on that push press and you have an opportunity to go heavier, go heavier. It was too light of a weight. All right, again, this is just a warm up. Last but not least, we have our goblet squat. If you're working a kettlebell, I challenge you to go bottom up position. No one black on black again. All right, elbows are pulled down, athletic stance. Your goblet squat is just a strict squat position. A lot of tension through that upper body. Chest stays proud. Excellent. Keeping that bottom up position if you have a kettlebell. if you have a dumbbell, I want you to go and switch over to this grip right here. We're going a long ways. All right, we're going to take it to that left hip. And then as you stand tall and take it towards your right shoulder, you're going to take it around the head, right hip, then to left shoulder, around the head, left hip, right shoulder, around the head. One more, right hip, left shoulder, around the head, relax. We're going to add some good power to that. I made that one look super easy because all I have is a light dumbbell, but once you see how that setup looked. All right, we're going back to our rows. We're going to get started in about 20 seconds. Admit. Oh, anybody hanging out in the lobby? All right, so we're going to start in about 20 seconds. Make sure we have our challenging weight, our appropriate weight. We'll start off with that single arm row in that staggered position. We're going to work that left side unless you know your right side is less dominant. You can go ahead and start on that right. All right, if you're with me, left hand. Left foot slides back just a hair. Strong hinge, strong rows, your pace. Nice and tense with every row. You're long through the head, pulling through that shoulder, trying to get that kettlebell right towards, or that dumbbell right towards that rib cage. If you start to feel your low back, which you might within 40 seconds, stand tall, reset, and then go again. Typically, this means your abs got a little lazy. 10 seconds. Strong through that row. 3, 2, 1. Stand tall. Let's go and rack it on that left side. So we have dumbbell or kettlebell. All right, so we're racked left side. Big breath. We're nice and tall. Got plenty of time to transition. Left foot's going to step back. We're in a lunge position now. We're working our split squat, aka looks like a stationary lunge. Let's work. Point straight down. Right back up. Chest stays proud. Head is tall. You're strong through that left shoulder. Pressing through that right heel. Breathing with every single rep. Halfway. So now we're a few reps in. Let's see if you can pay attention to something. Where is your back knee? Is it staying underneath of your hip? That's where I want it, okay? I don't want that leg way far behind you. I want you strong in this split squat. And relax, all right? We got time if you want to set that weight down for a moment. Switching over to that right side, we're working that staggered row. That strong hinge. Big breath. Split squat should be getting that heart rate up, especially if you're challenging yourself with that weight today. Right side. Right foot slides back. Strong hinge. Let's work that row. Pulling through the shoulder. Not just using the bicep. Trying to feel that shoulder blade move. Feel it reach to the ground as that weight comes down. And then strong pull. Owning that weight, that top position. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand tall. Let's go and rack it on that right side. If you have that kettlebell rack position, you should want to touch your collarbone with that thumb. If you're in a dumbbell, you're going to be a little more out here, but still try to keep it pinned close to that shoulder. All right, nice and tall. Strong to the belly. Right foot steps back. Split squat. Let's work. Almost done with our first round. Everything's 2 rounds today. You're driving through that heel. If you tend to feel that knee popping or hear it popping, that's typically a good sign that you've loaded your toes. Try to make sure you're on that heel and see if that gets that Morse code to quiet up a little bit. Put some more tension in that quad. 3, 2, relax. All right, got time. If you're with me, you're moving back over to that left side. Take a couple of deep breaths, got about 10 seconds. Got one more set with that staggered row on our left side. All right. Let's go and get that weight. Left foot comes back just a hair, just right behind the hips. Strong hinge. Let's work that row. Again, head is long. Strong through those feet. Right about 10 seconds. Stay confident and intentful with those rows. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. Got plenty of time. You can go and go to that rack position if you like. Or, of course, you can set that weight down for a moment. All right. All right, big breath. Big step back with that left foot. Belly is strong. Pull that back knee down and drive. So we should be racked on that left side. Right leg's doing the work. Left leg is just a kickstand. Good strong exhale with every stand. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Give my arms a little bit of a breather as we transition sides. All right, so this is our last time with that single arm row. We're working that right side, of course. We have that split squat, and then we're moving on to our push press and our swings. So moving on to some power. Right side, right foot steps back. Strong hinge, press those hips back. Let's work that row. Feel that movement through that shoulder blade. And again, if you feel that low back, stand, retighten that midsection, back to that hinge. We're not going to fight through low back pain. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. If you have time, if you want to set that weight down for a moment, we're working that split squat one more time. All right. Give me a big breath. If you have that weight down, let's go and get it on up. Big step back with that right foot. Split squat. Let's work. You set your pace. Your pace is determined by the amount of weight that you have and your ability. So stay in control. Let's make sure we're getting out of that comfort zone. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. So we're switching back to our left side. We're going into that push press. Again, from a side profile, it's a dip in the knee, vertical push. All right, so we're not squatting and driving. We're dipping and pressing. Left side racked. Strong through that belly, strong through those feet. Let's work. Dip, punch, control down, dip, punch. Stay nice and vertical. Using that breath, working to get that bicep by our ear. Depending on the amount of weight that you're working, 40 seconds might be a bit much. So if you hit fatigue, you stop. 3, 2, 1, relax. Right side, push press coming up. We got plenty of time, big breath. Again, if you have an option to go lighter, if you feel that weight flicking around your wrist, it's most likely too light. All right, let's rack it up. All right, dip, punch, dip, punch, your pace. Keeping that belt line pulled towards that belly button so we're strong in our midsection. Well past halfway. Moving into our kettlebell swing is our next movement. So that upper body gets a breather. We're using all that hip strength. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. So again, if you have dumbbells, you have 2 lighter dumbbells, you can work that skier swing. Feet go underneath the hips. Mechanics look the same. We're driving those hips back. We're driving those weights forward. But if you're with me with that kettlebell, athletic stance, tension on that kettlebell, hike it back. Let's work. But if you do have a heavier dumbbell, you can go with that longer grip, holding that dumbbell vertically, same mechanics as the kettlebell. Just with that push press, if you hit fatigue before 40 seconds, you stop. That's all we're shooting for is fatigue. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Big breath. Push press coming back up. Going back to that left side unless you started with right. We're 2 rounds of everything today. Heart rate should be up. We're not breathless. We should feel that breath. Rack it up. Left side. Dip. Punch. Good intent behind every rep. Every rep you're pressing like there's an extra 0 on that weight. Ten seconds. Last 3, 2, 1. Relax. Woo. All right. One more push press, one more swing, and we move on to our goblet squat, our rotational halo to really incorporate some more midsection work. I got a little bit more to get there though. Rack it up, right side. Dip, punch. Now do me a favor. Is that weight coming back to your body or is it living out here? If it's living out here, bring it back in, dip and punch. Try to get back to that center line as much as possible. Four, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Move it back to that swing. Just change it up. I'll join anybody working those dumbbells with that skier swing. So you're working that skier swing. Feet are a little bit more narrow because we're not taking anything between the legs. So they're right underneath the hips. All right, driving those hips back just like with the kettlebell. And then driving those weights forward. You're still strong in the upper back, just like you would be with a kettlebell, trying to break that handle apart. Almost there, almost there. 15 seconds. Drive those hips back, drive those hips forward, show off that belt buckle. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, on to our last superset. So if you're working that dumbbell, you're moving into that goblet position. So you're going to be holding that dumbbell like so. If you're working that kettlebell, Didn't mention it earlier, like the challenge, you go bottom up. So flip that kettlebell over, pull those elbows down, find your squat stance. Let's work. Try to pull those hips towards those heels. Only going as deep as you can control. 20 seconds. Are those elbows starting to flare out? Or are you able to keep them down nice and tight? 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, so if you have weights to choose from, I'm dropping down a little bit lighter for my halo with rotation, just throwing out some numbers. Over 35 on the goblet squat, moving down to 25. So drop about a third of weight. All right, so I'm still in that bottom up position. Athletic stance, pressing towards that left hip, belly button points at the weight, take it to that right shoulder, around the head, and then right hip, and then back around. If you want to visualize something, you're drawing a ribbon around the body. You're actively pressing those hips back. All right, about 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. Moving back to that goblet squat. In tight elbows, chest stays proud. And when I talk about pulling those hips towards those heels, that doesn't always mean deep squat. We're just trying to pull straight down and not driving back in our squat, all right? Especially in that goblet position. Set it up. Let's work. Good intent with every rep. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, if you want to challenge yourself, stay at that same weight on that rotational halo, you're more than welcome to. I've got strength load after this, so I've got to save a little bit of shoulder and core strength for about 20 more minutes. So I'm dropping down a little bit, but you can still create that nice tension through the body. Athletic stance. Left hip towards that right shoulder. Round the head, right hip. You know what to do. Stay strong. Strong with that weight, working around the head. The head stays tall. The weight works around it. We're not avoiding it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, a couple of deep breaths. We got time for a quick stretch. I'll let you get out of here. If you're staying for strength flow, your priority is to recover during this time. Maybe even go find some food instead of stretching, because we're going to get plenty of that in strength flow. But for the rest of you, you're with me. Find an athletic position. Sink down, deep breath. Exhale top, nice and slow. One more. Let's take that right knee down to the ground. We're nice and tall through the head, pulling down that rib cage, rocking that body forward, opening up that right hip. All right, so for anybody who jumped on late, an announcement before class, we are adding 2 additional equipped, can make that plural. It'll be Tuesday and Thursdays at 11:35 a.m., that's Eastern time. So you will have some options for equipped at lunchtime moving forward in February. So you are going to switch legs. Y'all will see an announcement, communication coming out about that in the next few days, and it'll be on the other benefits here soon. That was just confirmed this morning that we're switching that over, which does mean we will be dropping performance basics. The recordings are on our YouTube channel, but we're going to give that class a little break. It served its purpose, and I'll bring it back next quarter. All right, y'all have a wonderful evening. If you're staying for strength flow, I'll see you in a few minutes. If not, go fuel up. Y'all have a great night.